nectarines?
Our fruits have gotten so big and we didn't thin anything out. We have branches that are starting to break. I just got done supporting one nectarine tree that was actually all the way to the ground. Believe it or not, we lucked out that it was still a young enough tree that it was able to bend to the ground, and it only has one broken branch. And this one we caught before, so I'm just adding some copper wires because I can twist them loosely around the branches and up to a stake I pounded into the ground. So to add support to the branches to help support the weight of these big old fruits. Now on the other tree.
So the size 2 inches post.
This one of them landscape pillar post stakes that they sell. As far as I'm concerned, they're not the strongest, but they work. That's all they have on the market. My old technique before was using like 1 inch or 1.25 inch galvanized piping and pounding it into the ground. And
Are they strong?
yeah, those were great posts and they don't rot. Problem is they can rust, but that's over years. The other nectarine tree is the one that went all the way to the ground. I had to pound 2 posts in the ground for it. And I've used copper wire, string, and running copper wire through pieces of old garden hose so the tree won't get scuffed.
Let's see that one then. Okay, what's going on here?
So, I mean, here's a branch still that's almost to the ground. If we look here, this whole part of the tree was bent over from in here, and it was all the way to the ground. We got branches up here that you can see that are bent. They're making U's. We do have one branch that broke, but it still has some bark that's holding, so I'm hoping that we'll get the fruit off of it at least this year, and then we'll have to trim and shape the tree. Yeah, it went too long without having any trimming done to it.
So how do
see this branch here?
Yeah.
Okay, this branch, it's not broken. Here's the branch right here. If you follow it up, and you can see it's right there, and it's bent. And that's the one good thing about the tree being young, is the branch at least bent instead of just snapping. But now I got to add support.
Yeah, because
and it's gonna, unfortunately, it's gonna mess up how that branch wants to stay shaped. So I'll probably have to cut it off at the end of the season because it will have a bad shape, or I'll have to make something for training it to get it back to a decent shape. Sounds like the dogs want to say hello to some of the neighbors.
so what you did, we have 2 support here. That one and this one.
Too much fruit on it. But being that the price of fruit is totally skyrocketed in the stores, I just can't thin it off. Gotta try getting as much fruit as we can. Because last year, what you could get a pound of peaches The nectarines for $1, and this year they're $2.50, almost $3.
Well, it works. Give it a little.
Hard trying to figure out just what to do this, just so we can get through this season. Kind of redneck.
Whatever works.
Not saying redneck's a bad thing. I've been called a redneck many times throughout my life. Just means I was out in the sun working. Wasn't an office boy. Rather be a redneck than an office boy.
Why do you have to do that?
I was just trying to see if I could give this branch here some support, because it's really heavy, but I'm scared it's going to break. There's really no way to get in there to we'll see what happens over the next week. We're probably a week to 2 weeks out from harvest, so they're only going to get heavier.